There are a lot of social stigmas, and because South Africa is so culturally diverse, there's a lot of things that a lot of people don't get exposed to, within families, within cultures, and we need to make these things known.
Yeah.
I feel personally like I know nothing. I couldn't find any information. I just, obviously I know depressed people.
Yeah.
I am depressed people sometimes, but that doesn't give me like the scope of knowledge that I think I need, or the awareness that the whole awareness of what the case is in the country and for a lot of people.
I think even though, like what you were saying about South Africa being very diverse, something I've noticed is that, yeah, we have all these different cultures and tribes and histories and stories and everything, but there's still a core of conservatism within within all the cultures, that are present here. So, and I find that interesting. Like, we have all these cultures hating on each other, and all these different people with different languages and different, skin colors are hating on each other. But at a core level, there's so many similarities with how they think and how they feel and what they hate.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, and I don't really know, how do we address that? How do we break through that as the younger people?
How do we sort of find out commonalities instead of just acknowledging only the differences?
But I think we should find the strengths in the differences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that the whole thing that you're saying about commonalities, the thing that kind of grounds us and brings us together is the fact that we're basically human at our core, right?
Of course.
But the things that we are exposed to as different cultures, I think the one thing that can tie us all together is obviously education. And that's already structured and set and put in place. But within education, for instance, we were all exposed to biology, physical health, but we weren't necessarily in depth with mental health, Like we had life orientation. I don't know, everyone sees that as a useless subject, but we didn't go into depth about, okay, what is psychology, what is psychiatry, what is philosophy, the things that, deal with the mind. And I think
and
that
identifying self.
Exactly.
Identifying your own weaknesses and your own strengths and how to play towards them and how to...
Exactly.
We're not taught those things.
This is the truth. And I'm not saying that this is a solution, but I would like to see that being, introduced in schools as a first step into introducing people to the seriousness of mental health, because the seriousness of it being taken in groups of people is not aligned with how serious it is in taking people's lives. Like, people are dying. The stats are showing that this is a real problem. And yeah.
Absolutely. I think that can be based in like how, the conservatism is more an older thing. When I say conservatism, I mean that in more of like the negative sense of it.
Yeah.
The table is making noises.
Oh, I was like, so what?
Like on its own.
I was like, oh,
And I was hearing it too.
okay.